Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Gray Man Prepping. It is time for a Tactical Tuesday, and we're going to talk a little bit about tactics and a little bit about more tonight, because tonight's topic is maximize your over-the-counter meds. I was going to call it something else because that's what was suggested, but I saw someone else's video about the same topic, and they named it that, and it suddenly disappeared. Yeah. So because of the artificial stupidity, we're going to be dancing around some of the topics. Others will be coming right out because it's perfect fit to say them. We just can't name a certain two certain things, and so we're going to go around that way. So let me go over here and see who's all in here now. All right, so first one in was Walt Rogers, followed by Phelan Klein Wolf, then Suzanne Galley. Let's see, Mother's Garden Club came next, then Little Lone Prepper, followed quickly by Butch Graves. And everybody's saying hi, talking about stuff. Utah Mike came in. And Lewis, it's the Marshmallow Man. All right, Lewis just gifted 5 memberships, and the automatic disperser is kicking them out right now. So Dee's Craft was gifted 1. Cherokee Survival was gifted 1. R2D2 got 1. Monkey Wrench got 1, and Fire 93950 got 1. Woo! All righty. My zone here is 5B, but we've had really weird weather. And we get hot and cold, and then windy, and it's just been, now we're getting, some really warm stuff. While the countdown was playing, I ran outside to check to see what the temperature was. On the two thermometers on the side of the back, either side of the back door on the side of the house, been in the shade all day, said they both said 94. The one away from the house, about 2 feet away from the house, on one of the posts for the cover over the patio, said 97. So yeah, it's and in here it is 80 degrees inside here. No, I do not have air conditioning here. There's only one room that has air conditioning, and that's the window AC in the master bedroom. And I don't turn that on until 11 o'clock at night. Why? Because at 11 o'clock, the electrical rate drops by 2/3. But yeah. So I do have on some of my tomatoes, I have blossoms that I noticed this morning when I was watering them early this morning, and so those are on the big beef tomatoes. My Acer 55s haven't shown anything coming up on them yet, so not sure what's going on there. But they also were planted, actually they're planted at the same time. So, all righty. So tonight's and I froze. I do have a website to share with you guys. It was shared with me by the one who suggested this, and I have my order, and it's coming whenever. Here, it was like 5 to 15 days, for the free shipping. So when it gets here, it gets here. All right. So tonight's topic, I don't think I have anything else on it other than the thumbnail. Yeah, the thumbnail. So the thumbnail is just maximize your over-the-counter meds. In other words, I'm starting off with that, but I'm going to go elsewhere with it as well. But everything that you can get that's over-the-counter, that you can do it. You want to stock up on it. However, in saying that, when I was the emergency management coordinator for Homeland Security, we ran tests on a bunch of um, medications that were out there and staged for the federal government. And the interesting thing we found, if it was dry tablets, they were as good as the day they were made. Hey, engineers in the house. If it was anything like a gel cap or a liquid thing, that definitely has an expiration date. But the dry ones like amoxicillin, they tested it. We had it tested, ran it through labs, sent it to a second lab. They ran more tests on it, and the consensus of all the powers that be from our agency and the other agencies is like, this stuff's going to be good for another 50 years. So they got a 20-year extension on it from the medical agency. Idiots. The same agency said, "Oh, your latex gloves have an expiration date, or your nitrile gloves have an expiration date of 5 years." No, they don't. But they made them put it on expiration dates, made everybody get rid of them. So they got to spend that money, spend our money on things that they don't need to. Anyways, so if you are stockpiling your meds for your medicine cabinet and etc., try going with the dry stuff, not the wet stuff, because the dry stuff lasts longer. And yeah, one of the things I did find out on something that a certain over-the-counter medication that is for gunky heads and coughs and other things. Not what I'd be taking now. I was outside with the grandsons. We were cleaning up all around the property for several hours today, and I was in a bunch of weeds and pollen, and I put stuff up, and the pollen just came back up out of the weeds and everything off of the cottonwood trees that we were cleaning up underneath. So, and I forgot to take my my generic Claritin and the generic other one that we get from a certain club, and we get it so it's about half the price, and so now I've got that going on. Oh yeah, my head is smoking there. I've been watching some stupid memes. I've also watching some good reels, but I watched a couple stupid ones there, and just like, anywho, and Tammy Harder just came in, and Daniel Berry Sports Highlights came in. Welcome, guys. The reason I chose this green screen, because making their own over-the-counter stuff, tinctures and homemade aspirin and stuff like that. So the one, I'm going to get this out of the way over here on this side. Side here, and change that back to here. Get that down, and I need to move a. Let's see if I can take this back to. I'm going to take it to its home page, I think. Yes. All right. This is going to be kind of interesting here. I am not making any medical claims or giving you any medical advice. Just noting something I found for informational purposes only here. Hey, Joseph Moore. Garden Girl, welcome. All right, so this was shared with me by somebody in the chat. That's all I'm going to. And I'm going to bring this back up here. And so, and I actually, those that didn't know me, I'm a very good friend with Doc Bones and Nurse Amy. And I called him up and we chatted about this. And he said he knows this company, and he said they're good people. So I went ahead and ordered from them. And so, if anybody remembers the thing was big a couple of years ago, This company's still getting it from one of the manufacturers that didn't get the cease and desist letter from a certain busybody agency. But and so it comes in. You can get this has for your fish. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You can get the 500 milligram count, 500 milligram at 100 count. It has a price on it here. You can get the 250 milligram at 100 count, and you get the 500 at 30 count. And then they have a the 3-pack is unavailable now. Okay. The 8-pack, the other packs are unavailable currently, so they're doing stuff around. So as this is the exact same stuff that we tested at Homeland Security, and it was good to go for the next 20 years. And yeah. And so this is stuff that Doc Bones and Nurse Amy in their book were recommending this same type stuff. And so I'm going to drop this link to this page for you. Come on. I hit the wrong button on there. Hang on. I got to get this to, got to refresh that page. So there we go. Let's get it. Control copy, not paste. There it is. Now it's going into the thing. All righty. So there's the link for you if you guys want to do it. I got the 250 milligram at 100 count for emergencies. I never did have to get some of the. I never got any of the tablets when I was raising koi fish. I got the liquid stuff because I got the big gallon jug of liquid. I could just measure it out, and it's for how you had to do it by how many. It gave you instructions for how many gallons your pond was and how many fish was in it, and you had a whole chart stuff on it. So that's what I got. But I could have gotten this way back then, and it would have been just as good. So that there is the link that was sent to me, and I'm sharing it with you. All right, so drop that here. Other things to consider getting. Okay. One of the things my wife has gotten in bulk for us, because she is as of in the last 10 years has started getting really bad allergies. And Mark's here, Chef Tech's here, and yeah, and so the allergy stuff she got is from a certain club. I wish it was from a different club that, but it's and basically we refer to it as the green bottle or the green lid and the blue lid. And so one is Claritin, and Zyrtec is the other one. So it's Zyrtec and it's Claritin, the generic on it. And so we got several bottles in the what we call the Jack and Jill bathroom here off my office. In the master bedroom, we got several bottles there. And then back in California, she has probably the amount we have in both of these here because I don't take it that often here. And then of course she also has Flonase, which does not have as long of a shelf life as the others, but she goes through that like she needs to. So she uses it up before it gets close to its expiration date. The one thing, it's time for me to head back to the drugstore too. So I just did some checking. I need to get the little red pills that you got to go up to the pharmacy, and you can only get 2 boxes now because they're still making meth out of this. No, they're not. But they're making it from something else. They're not getting it from the pharmacies or the stores. Our Treasured Homestead, welcome. So let me go ahead and drop this up here. And so basically I go through about a box. I go through about a box and a half a year. And the more that the staff sergeant comes up here to visit, we go through more, especially if it's during allergy season. So, so I got to go back, swing back tomorrow. I'm heading to the club and getting some milk and other stuff. So I'll get I'll swing by the pharmacy there and pick up a couple more boxes of the little red pills. You know, the real stuff, not the placebo stuff they've been selling over the counter for the last, 10, 12 years. Anyways, so that's some stuff we're getting over the counter. Now, interesting stuff is on something else over the counter for your medicine cabinet. I wish I'd saved it. I've seen it twice. I'm waiting for it to pop up again as I would go through the different reels and stuff. There was one talking about and listing the chemicals that are on Band-Aid brand bandages. And in the reel, she flashes up just for a second what she gets instead. But it's just your, so I got to go through it. Next time I go through it, I got to watch it and I got to try stopping it so I can see what the brand she uses that does not have the crap on it. And the thing is, this stuff that's on there, these chemicals and stuff that are on there are bad for kids. It's got the it's not good for adults either. But what's it? The inhibitors and the chemical stuff that messes with the DNA and other stuff like that. So it's like, hey, when you slap it on an open wound, this stuff's going right into the bloodstream, folks. And here's Mark. Hey, Mark.
Hey, waiting for a thunderstorm to come through and the dog's barking, so I'll mute.
Okay. So anything that is a dry medicine, you can generally count as a rule of thumb from everything we did research on. You can the expiration date that's on it. You can kick that out 5 to 10 years, no sweat. From all the testing that Homeland Security did, because we pre-position a ton of medication per office site. Vitamins, that is a whole nother thing, Mike. All I can say is there are a couple of channels. The one that pops to mind because I watch him a lot is Dr. Berg, Eric Berg, and he'll go through the different. He's gone through different videos, going through the different vitamin stuff. If your vitamin has this in it, this is cyanide. Get rid of this, of this, because this B1 complex thing. This is cyanide they're using on you. Hey, Lewis.
Hey.
So, and thing is also with the vitamin C, you gotta look to see what type of vitamin C is. If they list it as strictly as citric acid, 99.9% of citric acid is now derived from black mold. Yeah, they chemically create a citric acid from black mold. Oh, this is citric acid. It's vitamin C. We're going to put it in your vitamins for you. B14. All I know is that, I got the B1, B6, and B12, I think it is, and another B1 in there on the multivitamins I used to be taking. And I looked at it and go, oh, crap. And so I break out trying to get individual ones. And it's very hard to find anything that has proper vitamin C. So as far as that goes, we're going back to your garden now. Let's see. Grapes are very high in vitamin C and antioxidants. Grape leaves are even higher in vitamin C than the grapes themselves are. Then you got regular citrus trees, tangerines, lemons, mandarin oranges, regular oranges, peel oranges, All those have vitamin C in them. Gee, natural vitamin C. Oh, pine needles. Yes. Pine needles. Pine needle tea is high in vitamin C. I haven't looked into it. I should have. If anybody knows, pine nuts. Are pine nuts high in vitamin C?
I don't know. It's spruce tips or your best, not
Spruce.
pine needles.
Yeah,
Spruce tips are highest, and when you get them when they're young and bright green, that's when you can make tea and stuff out of it. It's when the regular pine needles, yeah, you're eating pine sap at that point.
Yeah. Hang on a second. Pine nuts. Get it right. There we go. Do pine nuts have let's see. Getting all sorts of different things here. Pine nuts have vitamin A in them. Pine nuts have vitamin A, so there's that there. But pine nuts are rich in magnesium, iron, antioxidants, zinc, and protein. Other nutrients in pine nuts include phosphorus, vitamin K. All right, another reason to grow pine trees.
Yeah, look up where do pine nuts come from?
They definitely don't come from the back end of a northbound deer.
Yeah, or from a beaver, but yeah. Which pine trees make pine nuts?
All right, give me a second. I'm looking up here. Something else here. Okay, nuts that have the most vitamin C: almonds, cashews, pistachios, walnuts, and peanuts, which is actually a legume, are abundant sources of vitamin B. The concentration of folic acid was higher in pistachios and chestnuts. Also, chestnuts reveal the highest amount of vitamin C. Chestnuts.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a high amount of vitamin C. It's like trace amounts.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But
nuts don't usually have vitamin C. You need more above ground fruiting.
Yeah.
Fruits that do that, not underground or nuts, which are.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's that, but yeah, so you're other stuff. So let's see. So which trees have pine nuts? Let's see which trees do pine nuts. I know we used to when I lived in Fredonia, Arizona, up there by the Kaibab Forest. Oh man, those trees were just dropping pine nuts everywhere. Come on. I'm sorry. I'm been outside. Okay, which trees have pine nuts? Many species of pine trees produce pine nuts, also known as pinon, pinoli, or pignoli. The Food and Agriculture Organization says 29 species of pine produce edible nuts, but 20 of those are traded locally or internationally because their seeds have large enough to harvest. Okay, so there it is, but it says here down below here farther, most commonly harvested seeds come from 4 particular varieties of trees: the Mexican pinyon, the Colorado pinyon, the Italian stone pine, and the Chinese nut pine. So I'm guessing though in Arizona there it was either the Mexican pinyon or the Colorado pinyon.
Yeah, put a joke up for you. Sorry, I had to.
What is it? Okay, hang on a second.
Yeah, don't read that.
Let's see here. Yeah, I've heard that one. All right. Lee's here from Cold War Prepper.
Hey, Prepper 101. Yeah. Hello,
and
raccoon.
Prepper 101. Oh, yeah. So besides stocking up what you can get pre-made, research the companies that are that are producing the dry medicines and stuff. As far as who has the best stuff, there are several channels out there. I know Dr. Berg is the big one, talks about it a lot. There's a couple others that talk about it as well, about the independent testing labs for vitamin manufacturers, and several of the doctors have their own line of vitamins and minerals and stuff, and they put everything out there so you can see and find out everything about the company and make sure and you can see the independent testing and stuff on them. So because they realize that a lot of this crap that's in the mass-produced vitamins, it's actually poisoning you. So that's what the doctors say. I'm just here passing on the information from the doctors. Yeah, that's the thing. But the thing I want to get at here is, and of course, along with that is the herbal remedies and all that other stuff too. But what happens if you don't have these dried ones, the dry medications that are good for 10, 20 years in your storage, and you're relying too much on what you're growing, and all of a sudden you have a bad year or a bad 2 years? Yeah, you need to have some other stuff, other things along there. Now, I am going to share something else out here real quick here. Let me get in here. And books. There's books. I'm going to my wish list on Amazon. Get down to the right ones here. Go past the canning. Go past the two ones on processing meats. Okay. I'm going to show you. You're going to see some odd books as well. So, The Lost Book of Herbal Remedies. Got some meals and stuff and growing stuff. Combat Operating. Where's the other vitamin stuff? Herbals. Indoor kitchen gardening. Yeah. Vertical. Where are I've got the other books there. Okay. They must be over. I must have put them over in health. So let me go over to health and look at them. See if I can bring it up from health. Yes, I got multiple.
You have a heck of a wish list there.
Yeah, I got a lot of wish lists here.
My wish list is, I wish I had enough time to do all the things I'm wishing I could do.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to show you some things here I came across because of some of the information I came across from different doctors, and I've seen stuff on Reels as well. Right now, they're the highest allergy among children. I'm trying to remember what it's folic. I think it's folic acid. And where do you find that? Pop-Tarts, Cheerios. Yeah, the stuff we feed our kids before they go to school. And so I'm just reading some of the things there on the chat. And so he was talking about this methylfolate and things here. And these are some different ones I've added, and I've looked at them. And so he said one of the guys doing the reels had clips from these doctors, and then was talking about what his experience was, and following doctor's advice, cutting out all the stuff that produces folic acid, and when the kids eat it, and putting him on some of these. In 2 weeks, his kid was a totally different kid. Was not acting up in school. Wasn't talking back. to him or his wife was, could actually focus on things. He didn't need Adderall or any of those other type things. So, there are some interesting things out there. That's the apple cider vinegar. Do I have books down here farther? Those are the I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong. Ceylon cinnamon, Ceylon. It's supposed to be one of the best ones. This is by Pure Organic Ingredients. Where's the books? Shoot. All of my here Native. Here's one of the books here. Native American Apocryphy. I hate it when they pull things from my wish list, and I got to go back and find them and put them back in. I had a bunch of herbal books on my wish list, and most of them are missing. Dang. Shoot. I was going to share some more of those ones, but there are a bunch of herbal. Let me see if I can backdoor in here and see if I can get to it here. I'm going to see if I can go through the different one. The one it showed here, they've pulled it. They just say pulled it from there. So maybe Amazon's pulling the herbal books, not carrying them. I don't know. Let me check something else here.
Yeah, you can't have that. It's no good for you. It's propaganda. Eat our bugs.
Checking some other ones here. That's the bundle. That's the bundle. That's that. Yeah, dang, they pulled a lot of the. They pulled all those other books. So let's see if I can come in here and see what. Okay, there are some other ones here still showing. Okay, so you got the Lost Book of Herbal Remedies, the Holistic Guide to Wellness, the Forager Guide to Wild Foods. You got herbal medicine, all these different herbal medicines. So they do have them in there. And there's one of the ones I had in mind that they took out. Yeah, so there are some of them are still in there. Native American herbalists. So yeah, they do have them in there. So yes, it does. And I got distracted by the grandsons, and I forgot to copy the link over for one. I put the name of what I was going to call it, and I didn't paste the link for the one reel talking about it. And they were talking about the how good sauerkraut is and kimchi and stuff like that being probiotic. And then they talked about a fruit. I'm not sure it was the mango that is prebiotic as well. So it helps the probiotic work even better for your gut.
Doesn't kombucha count for something like that?
I know I've heard the name. I just don't know what it is.
Kombucha is a fermented fruit juice.
Okay.
So yeah, it really does.
Okay, good.
It's kombucha.
Okay, you tell him I say he's not taking, but he stores them. I'm just going back up. Cod liver oil. That was when I saw cod liver oil. Yeah, and there's several things now talking about cod liver oil. Not a lot, just a little. And of course, the apple cider vinegar, but all the ones that were 5 years ago were saying, Bragg's is the best. No, don't get Bragg's anymore. They're saying because it's been bought out by a consortium of people, and they these people buying it out have money to invest, but they don't have the incentive to keep it on track. And of course, the people that are appointed now to run it, since the original owners aren't there, are shortcutting things to make it more profitable, which means anybody buying it is getting screwed over now. Let's see what we got. I'm just going back and checking the comments here. And CB is in the house. Woohoo! All right. All right, here's the interesting thing. In the early half, let me just put it this way, the 50 years prior or 70 years prior to World War II, one of the main staple foods in America and a couple other and a couple European countries was cabbage. So there are other things to go, other reasons why cabbage is kind of dropped off the radar so much, and why so many cabbage recipes have been lost. But we're not going to go into that here, because that's something more for the Midnight Ride. My grandmother said that they used to have a whole bunch of different ways to cook cabbage when they were on the farm. But yeah, after World War II, with all the advances and stuff, they started producing all these other foods and bringing all these other foods to market that they couldn't bring before. And now, cabbage sort of kind of fell by the wayside and was looked on as a poor man's food. Yeah. All right. And I got to remember, when I'm off the live, I got to take a couple of my allergy pills, and tomorrow morning I'm gonna have to take them again too, because this sucks. I get out there, I get into all the weeds and stuff, getting stuff pulled out, and all of a sudden it's like a couple hours later, it's like, oh man, it's hitting me. All right. Oh, Lee, what is your topic tonight? All right, so certain of the pain medications you got to be careful on certain ones, because some of them. I thought I had a spreadsheet from when I worked there, and it's not on the computer. I couldn't find the DVD data discs. Basically, I used DVDs to pile all the data on, and I can't find the ones that had the stuff from that on it right now. That talk about which of your common over-the-counter pain medications are the best for beyond their expiration dates. And there's a couple of them that are good ways by, and there's a couple that are like, Once you hit expiration dates, now you're rolling the die on a couple of ones. Even though they're powder, there's a couple of them that are like that. All right, so it's Chapter 9 of Communications and Monitoring. Oh, Jim called. He'll be with you tonight. He was supposed to be in there last night. He'll be in there tonight. Okay. And Sumi's here. Just got home. Yeah. So one of the things I'm suggesting here to everybody, do your due diligence. I got to say this, otherwise they'll say I'm trying to give out medical information, which I'm not. I'm just trying to give out common sense. Hey, Tennessee Tactical One's in the house. Hey, Jeremy. One of the things to And Jeremy, I really missed your ammo videos. I'm glad you put another one out showing what the cost is. Yeah, that's aspirin is one of the ones. But, you know, if you have the right trees planted around, you can make your own aspirin.
Willow trees.
Yes. And it's in all those books I was showing earlier. The I just forgot where I was going on this. Squirrel moment. Squirrel, ball. Yeah. Let's see, it will come back to me. So yeah, do your due diligence. You have to look stuff up yourself. You can email Doc Bones and Nurse Amy. Ask them about stuff. They'll be happy to share it with you. They've talked about it. They've done blogs about stuff and everything about, you know, the different ones and stuff. The ones that are good last forever. I mean, there's a lot of information in their book. See if I can bring that book up here for you.
If you know somebody, not a farmer, but somebody who trains or has a lot of we'll call them high-end horses that do things like hunter jumper, dressage for the horse shows, somebody who takes care of those horses, they literally have everything because they self-medicate their horses. They're basically, you know, the vet will be like, yeah, give him a shot of it. They give him this giant bottle and a giant needle. You don't want the giant needle, but it's literally, and I had a friend of mine tell me exactly that when my dog was sick. He's like, bring him over. He's like, I'll give him an antibiotic. I was like, yeah, what kind of needle you got? He's like, well, it's kind of a big needle, but he'll get over it. So, but they pretty much have everything you need, and that's all farmer stuff. So let's just leave it there.
Okay, so here's the book. I got it. Alton's Antibiotics and Infectious Diseases. After this book came out, it became a bestseller, and then they did an update on it. All of a sudden, the powers that be are the ones that said, "Oh, you can no longer buy fish mocks without a prescription. Even if you have fish, you got to get a prescription from your veterinary for it now." But they only nailed certain companies for doing that. Let's see. All right. Tooth by V just came in. There was a comment in here. A couple comments I want to go on here. All right. So Lee has a question. Anybody see big draws on Freedom Seeds and the Sticks since Saturday?
Yep. A little bit.
You did have? Okay.
Yep. I got a friend who does that for a living. Yep.
Yeah. I need to talk to Becoming Dangerous. I just lost his name. He's got 2 channels. Wayne has Becoming Dangerous and his other one. That's what he does. He works at a gun store, and he does that stuff. And I'm waiting to see something come out from him. All right. I don't know where the conflicting information is coming out on aspirin. My grandmother knew about this back in the day. I mean, it's before I was born, they knew about aspirin goes bad. All right. So I don't know who's putting out what sort of conflicting information someone else is putting out there, but even the doctors that I know, when it's aspirin has an expiration date on it. It doesn't keep forever like certain other things do. Yeah. And there is all sorts of herbal stuff for people have in their gardens and stuff. That is, there's just, you got to get some of these good books on it. I got to check my wife to find out if these the books have disappeared from her wish list as well.
Yeah, a lot of your herbs and spices do that. Like as for your herbal stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So here it is. Suzanne's pointing it out. Yeah. This, acetylic acid, which is aspirin, breaks down into salicylic acid and the vinegar. So yeah, I have a bunch of that too. Since that's not internal, that's external. I'm not too much worried about it getting to it past its thing. All right, so Jeremy says 9 mil went to almost went to 17 dollars a box from 16 last week, so it went up a buck. All right, Elise, so there's a bunch of information for you on stuff. Wireless seed planters. Oh,
Got to keep it clean. You know, I'm trying to keep it politically correct. I mean, my wireless hole puncher, and you know, I have one that plants seeds. Same one, but you know.
Hang on. Do I where I thought I had it here. Dang it. Okay, I'm gonna fill another one here.
Let's just say the area I work in, a couple of the stores had larger than normal car amounts of cars in their parking lots since Monday because they were all closed Sunday. Monday, most of them were packed.
Yeah. Shoot, I can't find it. Dang it. I made a meme and I had it posted. I made a meme, several different ones from this one picture, but I can't find it. It's
The wireless hole puncher meme.
no, this is my my long distance this identifies as my long distance cordless hole puncher.
Yeah. I have a t-shirt
Long distance.
similar.
Shoot. Now I just scrolled by the one. Now I can't see it. There it is. There you go. This identifies as my long distance remote control hole puncher. You know.
That's for large holes for big notebooks. Yeah.
That's 25 mil. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Then occasionally, but okay, it's flying by now. All right. Has anybody tried to put a tablespoon of baking soda in a glass of water to cure a headache?
That'll help you with your indigestion.
It might help in relieving some sinus stuff, maybe, which help contribute it. All right, so Suzanne put up an article on it. So there it is from Harvard Health. So there you go. You guys can go look that one up.
Yeah, you can buy a lot of stuff in Canada over the counter that you can't buy in the States over the counter.
Yeah. Sudafed.
Yeah, and other assorted things.
Yeah. Which, like I said, is I gotta go when I go to. Actually, I got a shopping list for tomorrow, so I'm putting that on there to remind me. There we go. Got it on my list to make sure I don't forget it. I'll get 2 more boxes, and then next month, if I remember, I'll get two more boxes. But I'll get 2 boxes tomorrow, and I'll send one home with the staff sergeant.
And I don't think you can get that on Amazon anymore, can you? Probably
Nope. Although, doesn't Amazon have a medical site or something where you can have your doctor send in prescriptions to it? So that side you might be able to. I don't know.
Maybe. I wouldn't waste my time with that.
Yeah.
Just add yourself to the list of everything they know about you.
Yeah. I think they probably have that already.
Oh, yeah.
Let me go up. Let me check something here. Well, you can get the fake stuff here on there. You know, the sugar pills.
Yeah.
And you can get Mucinex. And I don't see. Oh, they got the Sudafed PE, which is all it is sugar pills. It's fake. And Dr. Bones came out and was talking about that and the stuff on it. But yeah, you can't get it on the regular site. You might be able to go through the medical site to do it when you sign up for the medical prescriptions. Tylenol combos. About as far as you can get from Canada, yeah. Well, see, now I don't have a passport. I ain't crossing the border. All right, so we're getting close here. I know Lee's going to be going live here in a little bit. So he's going to probably be stepping out here. Let me see if I can go ahead and close that. Let's see if I can grab the link to Lee's live stream. There it is. So here's the link for Lee's live stream coming up here shortly. And so that starts in about 7 minutes, 6 minutes. All righty, so coming up here on the rest of the live streams. All right, I was trying to read everything in the side chat there. So Thursday is the midnight ride at 10 o'clock Eastern, which means that it's midnight down in Rio de Janeiro, so party time, people. Friday on Camp Pat Family Compound, teaching home ec to today's teens and preteens. So we're going to talk about, the needing to do some homeschooling, even if your kids are going to regular school or regular indoctrination, you need to do homeschooling as well. So we're talking about the stuff that they no longer teach in the schools. On
everything.
Yeah. Saturday here on Gray Man Prepping, cattle for preppers. And I'm trying to see if I can convince Daryl from Thorhaven Homestead to come down and talk. They just picked up a couple more Highland cattle. He did a video on it. I watched it today, so I'm going to try to get him to come down. He's been doing cattle, and see if I can find a couple other cattle people that might be willing to come up here and talk about the pros and cons and the mass healthy benefits of raising your own beef or buying your own beef from someone who raises it themselves. All right. Monday on Camp Pat Family Compound is
you got staff sergeant. I thought you had your sergeant coming up.
I'm hoping she'll be here. Whether she will come in and sit next to me here, or whether she'll spend the time with over across the street.
Yeah, with grandma and great grandma. Yep.
Yeah. So canning types of water. Water. Different types of water.
Water.
Yeah. And why you want to can different types of water.
H2O. Gotcha.
Yeah, dihydrogen or whatever.
Yeah, dihydrogen monoxide. Yeah.
Yeah. Then next Tuesday here for Tactical Tuesday, this was requested specifically, and I talked to the staff sergeant about it, and she said, "Do it." I'm probably going to mispronounce the word. Bougie, Bougie prepping.
Bougie.
Yeah.
Bougie.
In other words,
Like
you're middle class. Yeah, that's not real prepping. Oh, that's not. You don't need that. That's not real down to earth survival prepping.
Just go to the store and buy your meat because that's where meat comes from. Is the store?
No, they're talking about stuff like, oh, well, this person is part of the prepping is setting up an electric combination electric pedal bike for each member of the family. Oh, that's not prepping. Or this person's we're getting an entire off-grid solar system so we can run all our computers and stuff. That's not prepping. Yeah. So people that do things and people say, oh, that's not prepping. That's not real serious SHTF or TEOTWAWKI prepping. So that's what's coming up next Tuesday here. And I'm bringing in the New Jersey, the Wisconsin, and the Missouri to give full broadsides to anyone who wants to disrespect what people are prepping, because everybody's needs are their own individual needs.
Yep. Yeah, I'll be out at the cabin on Saturday night with my buddy Ricky, so I'll be on. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, but that's next Tuesday here for that one, and. Right. So, so I put. Where did the link go? Did it drop? The link is still up there. So let me put it back in again one more time. There's the link to Lee's thing, and all right. So as always, stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't go out and do anything foolish. Keep adding to your preps: water, food, medicine, clothing. Learn a new skill and grow some food. If you're not growing food, learn to grow it and expand on it every chance you get. All right, folks. See you later.
See ya.
Have a good night.
Raccoon says grow something.